I'm hopping straight in with this taupey eyeshadow. So if you are not using any eyeshadow guards, feel free to just use concealer to clean up the outer portions of your eye. I'm just focusing this transition shade right here on the outer portion and right here on the inner portion of my eye. What I'll be doing next is going in with some cream eyeshadow. So I'm keeping the amount that I'm putting on quite small because I do want a lot of control over this. So as you can see, the reason why I applied these eyeshadow guards is one, because I want to create some sort of a wing. I'm just using the exact same technique I used on the inner portion, applying a little at a time and building it up and continuously blending it down. Okay, so I'll be going in with a black eyeshadow just to set it all. I'm going in with this one right here, and I'll just be packing it on with a flatter curved brush. I will be maintaining the winged shape that I'm going for, which is why I'm starting in the outer portion first. So I'm just packing on the eyeshadow on the inner corner. I'm following the same pattern that I had when I applied the cream eyeshadow, starting with a little bit and building it up as I go, because you can always add more but you can't always take away. Okay, so I'm struggling a bit with the inner corner. I'll be moving to this fluffier brush with a tiny amount of black on. You can barely see it, and I will be blending that out. I'm just trying to create a nice fade from black to black while still keeping that inner part naked. So I will be going in with a liquid eyeshadow as well. I'll just swatch it for you guys. It's quite glittery, quite shimmery. It's sort of metallic. So while it's still wet, I will be applying some of this eyeshadow. So within that naked spot, I'm just gonna apply some, and I'm really gonna get the color down on there. And with a tiny brush, I'm just gonna blend. With my finger, I will be setting it with that glittery eyeshadow. So with the same brush, we will just be tapping the sides to create a nice blend. The same transition shade, and I'm just going to fade all these colors into the eyebrow. So as you can see, I'm hopping straight on into foundation. I did remove all the fallout that was under my eyes. I also removed the eyeshadow guard. From there, we'll be going into some concealer. Going in with a tiny little eyeshadow brush with some translucent powder, and I will be setting only the parts under my eye. So I just applied some cream bronzer right in the hollow of my cheeks, and now I'm just tapping it in all the places I want, avoiding this entire region here because that's where we applied the powder. I'm going in with some pot concealer, just a little on my forehead. So I'm going in with a cooler toned bronzer on the same little brush, and I will be applying it right on the hollows of my cheeks and into the hairline. On camera it's picking up a little bit more warm than it is in person, and maybe that's just the lights. The blush that I'm using is just a regular peachy blush, and I'm keeping this on the outer portions of my face. This is just something I like doing. I'll be applying some of that blush right on the tip of my nose. I'm just using a flat shader brush, and I'll be taking some of the black eyeshadow we used right on the tip of this brush and shading in as close to the lash line as we can possibly get, continuing with the line that we created with the eyeshadow guard. Just going in with some of the transition shade, and I'll be buffing this out all the way to the line we created, because we want to smoke this out to match the lower lash line. Yeah, it looks sort of more rosy gold on camera, and I'm using a dense packing brush. This brush is clean. It's just stained from previous black eyeshadows, and I'll be going right on the inner corner, and I'm bringing that all the way up into here, and I'm just doing the exact same thing on the lower lash line, just bringing it all the way in here. I'll be going in with some of this eyeshadow.